All right. Shabbat Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Everyone to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who do well. And salutations to the hopeful elect brothers out there pushing this truth. This is the brother Lahab coming to you with a quick lesson. It's going to be quick. Yahweh Desire. Going to touch on the point, man, of this being the year of fallouts and apostates. You know, uh, and there's been many unruly and vain talkers, man, that have come up as of yet, and it's always the same groups, but it's like they try to be off just to be trendy, but they're wrestling with their own salvation when they do that, you know. That's what this is about. It's not about making a name for yourself, but a name for Yahweh Shai. It says that the spirit of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. All right. So it is cool that we feel a part of something, but it's not anything that is of us. So we can't come out of our own hearts, and based on what we think and what we feel or what we want it to be, we have to address the letter according to the letter, man. We have to bear record of Yahweh Shai as he is, not according to how you want to make him to be. All right. Um, Real quick, this is Second Peter 3:15. An account that the long suffering our Lord is salvation. That's the whole point of us doing this. We're going through all this, linking things up with prophecy. All right, battling the elements, battling ourselves. You know, battling this world for the sake of being delivered. Even as our beloved brother Paul, also according to the wisdom given unto him, hath written unto you, as also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable rest as they do also the other scriptures unto their own destruction. Which is funny, man, because I had typed in, I was gonna look for a specific video, or a clip on some of these guys, but I just typed in deacon, and then
Oh, um,
the quick search had destruction set up, so I had typed, I just let it do the destruction, and this is all that came up, man. Deacon of destruction. Yeah, you see priest Genesis got this guy Gorilla Hebrew on the side. Glorilla. All right, Glorilla Hebrew.
I
Deacon
think I may be too
Hassad.
hard on
Deacon. You got
Hakak.
even got this guy. All these deacons of destruction, really, man. Yeah, even got this guy. It's funny that that word got typed up, and they wrestling to their own destruction because everybody on this page that you see right now has all spewed out madness, man. All right, or it's not supported the spirit of the Yahweh Shai properly, man. All these faces, man, from the IUIC to the Genesis groups to the
Bishop Nathaniel versus Deacon Ethan.
to the let me just get off of that real quick. He's gonna start playing. But all of them, all these groups, man, whether they want to say that Paul wasn't a man of the Lord, John the Baptist fell out the truth, or wasn't in the truth, Moses even falling out the truth is appalling, you know, and the list goes on. But the most notable thing that proves that these guys sold out, all right, is that they're not, aside from not giving credence to the Lord, they're saying it's the MOTB, and not saying on calling on the name. Yeah, of course, they're not giving that credence, and they're honored. They're not kissing the son, or they're not honoring Yahweh Shai and the name Yahweh. They're saying that the MOTB is the so-called white woman, or it's an embargo, man. All right, it's sin. You can't buy and sell with any of those things, man. But once upon a time ago, they knew that that wasn't it, man. That they knew that this was the MOTB was the implant, man. This is Proverbs 24:21. My son, fear the Lord and the King, and meddle not with them that are given to change. Yeah, if somebody starts changing the doctrine, hey man, that's it. Somebody didn't drunk the Kool-Aid, man. All right, they've gotten in bed with Esau. All right, what did it say? They prepared a table for that truth. All right, they've literally gotten in bed with Esau, so that they pluck off the skin, which is the truth, for the people to hear, man, and teaching things which they ought not. You know, saying that the UFOs are not the chariots. Those are great words that they're speaking because you're speaking against the truth. Meaning, if you're speaking against the truth, you're speaking a lie, and you're proud to speak these lies, man. So the Most High is gonna have to stop you. This is Second Peter 2:1. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that brought them up, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. And that's what these people are about to bring swift damnation to themselves, man. They're about to bring swift destruction to themselves. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the truth shall be even spoken of. Right? Because they're speaking against the truth. All right, and many are gonna follow after them, man. All these different offset camps, man. These makeshift startup camps. All right, that have been descending out of the wickedness, especially of the Sakari. You know how many groups got started? I think even Adam Abbott might have came out of that bullshit, man. Genesis Israelites. I can call it that. Yeah, I'm calling it that because it's no truth in it, man. With some of them, you might have even known that you're an Israelite, but they're starting to even speak against that. Talking about all nations can be saved. You got Israelites going into slavery. Those are damnable heresies, man. And then somebody who questions, well, they'll say that the Israelites are going to be destroyed. Some 2/3, well, they're going to come back. It also says that all Israel should be saved, man. So it's a way to combat it because the truth wins overall. But it's just a simple fact, they're deceiving many, and which the most that's still set up, for them to do that. But they're going to receive a destruction for the death that's going to be on their hands. All right. Although these people they are going to follow these groups, were meant to be cast off. The Most High is still gonna have he's still gonna give account for that. And through covetousness shall they with feigned words make merchandise of you, who and they really are, man. Look at the IERC, man, selling baby garments for $50 and shit like that. And I might be lowballing, you know, because it's just insane. You're making merchandise of the truth because you know the people want to flock to this when they find out who they are. But then also you understand that people when they get into things, they're green, and they go all in. They want to be the super duper Israelite, and you cash in on that. That's wickedness, man. It says, "Whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not." Like, cause look at native UIC, man. The Lord smote him with an incurable disease. Sounds like, you know. Lord has this man dying at the moment, man. All right. But the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, which is Israel. All right. The Most High put us in these tabernacles that die, man, that have a decay, and delivered them into the chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the worldly of the ungodly, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with the overflow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly. All right. Reason being, the Lord is not going to have us in this place for 1,000 years, man. All right. He's vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, and and delivered just lie vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. For that righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. All right. So the Most High is about to come and destroy this place, and anybody who's trying to make this place thrive. All right. And if you're taking a bag, that means that you believe that this place has longevity, man. I mean, far be it that you just don't think that the Most High is going to do anything to you. Which is those are all blasphemous words. But to take that back means that you think that this place is going to survive a day or two, man. We count on this Lord, the Lord destroying this place today, man. We understand that there's prophecies that have to come forth, but at the same time, your mindset isn't to be nestled on, oh, well, I'm going to do this in next week. I'm going to do this 2 months from now. Hey, we say Lord's will, but the Lord's will is that we hope the Lord destroys this place, man, before any plans get established here, man. All right. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. but chiefly them that walk after the flesh and the lust of uncleanness, and despise government. Presumptuous are they, self-willed. They are not afraid to speak evil of dignities. And the proof of that is that, well, look at what the apostles have been saying, man. All right, or even going into the ancient, prophets who are actually elders. All right, whether they be back on the earth or not, those are elders that we read about, man. Speaking evil of them, man. You're not afraid to speak evil of them, men that the Most High set up, man. This is at Numbers chapter 12 and verse 10. It says, Slahi. Yeah, this is Proverbs 12 and 6. It says, he said, to the Lord speaking, hear now my words, if there be a prophet among you, I the Lord will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently. Yet the fact that Moses didn't make it to the land, that was a promise the Lord had gave him to him for him, going off at the Mount Horeb. But just because he went off, well, one, the Lord was showing his power, man. So even, the highest man amongst us couldn't speak, even the way he did. We had just came out of Egypt. So the Most High had to make an example out of Moses. It wasn't that Moses was evil or that he just went off beyond repair, because he still has the sure mercies of David, man. Him also being David, all right? But it's just a simple fact the Most High had to make an example, of that situation, man, of how austere he is. You know, Even with the picking up of the sticks of what that one guy was doing, he's picking up sticks around the Sabbath day, man. The Lord had to make certain examples, but how much more somebody who speaks against one of his high prophets, man? 'Cause he said that nobody's like unto Moses. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. And the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore, then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? Right? Y'all not afraid to speak against Moses? I wasn't speaking against him. I was just saying that even, he fell out the truth. And the Lord was, no, that's some bullshit, man. And it says the anger of the Lord was was kindled against them, and he departed. So much that the least, hey man, and the least amount that the Lord could smote a person, he made them leprous, for 7 days, man, to understand how mad he was. All right. So the Lord don't fuck around. You need to be careful what you say when it comes to these scriptures, man. Make sure you're sticking to what the word says and not leaning to your own understanding or trying to be sensational, using all this sensationalism to grab numbers, man. You'll end up going the fuck off like that guy did, man. All right? We said the nigga God. Like, yeah, we get what you're trying to say. It's a black guy. They would call Yahweh Shai, or they would call the Most High a nigga if they could. But no, we don't. We're not gonna shame the Lord with that word and saying he's a nigga. No, and most will say he would be called a so-called black person, which is the same thing. But we don't even say that he is black. We ain't black, man. We're Israelites. Our skin is brown. There's nothing black about you. If you're black, that means something is wrong with you. You have a spirit like on the Esau, who's the black person of the world, man. All right. And it says, the Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations and to reserve the unjust until the day of judgment to be punished. But chiefly them that walk after the flesh and the lust of uncleanness and despise government, presumptuous are they, self-willed. They are not afraid to speak evil of dignities. Whereas angels, which are greater in power and might, bring not railing accusations against them before the Lord. So, hey, man, an angel can destroy you, but even when they go to the Lord, they don't do all this sensationalism. They just say that you went off. All right. But these, as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of the things that they understand not. And it's easy to speak evil of something that you don't understand. They think that they got it all. So they're not afraid to say how they feel about something. Not understanding that the Most High is backing these powers, man. All right? And shall utterly perish in their own corruption, and shall receive the reward of unrighteousness, as they that count it pleasure to riot in the daytime. Spots they are, and blemishes, sporting themselves with their own deceivings while they feast with you, having eyes full of adultery. Because, like, hey, what that guy say, man? He said, what Chris Rock should do is get the finest cocaine. He's been talking about cocaine, bro. Get the finest cocaine and sleep with Will Smith's wife. That's how he should get back. No, the ultimate get back is really coming into the truth, man. I mean, that guy's not gonna come in the truth either way, unless it be really set up for the spirit to happen that way. But it's not looking like that. But that's the ultimate get back against anybody. It's coming in the truth and being delivered according to said truth, meaning by you keep this word unto the end. It says, having eyes full of adultery and that cannot cease from sin, beguiling unstable souls, and heart they have exercised with covetous practices, cursed children. So, hey man, these are things that we are not to practice, man. All right, that these people be made examples of what not to do, and we in the faith, man. Even myself, also, especially, this electronic epistles being made because I'm putting a forefront on what we're not to follow, man. And when we go into temptation, you know, to fight. What we know is unlawful. What we know is the Lord don't get down with, man. It says, which have forsaken the right way and are gone astray, following the way of Balaam, the son of Bezor, who loved the wages of unrighteousness, was rebuked for his iniquity. The dumbass speaking with man's voice forbade the madness of the prophet. Right? Because at the end, the truth and those that practice in it are going to be saved. The elect of Israel, man. These are wells without water, clouds that are carried with a tempest, to whom the midst of darkness is reserved forever. But when they speak great swelling words of vanity, they allure through the lusts of the flesh, and that's what they do, man. That's the reason why they have such great numbers, man. These super mega Israelite churches, man. It says, through much wantonness, those that were clean escaped from them who live in error. While they promise them liberty, they themselves are the servants of corruption, for of whom a man is overcome, of the same is brought into in bondage, by saying that we got to practice the law, man. And that's not so. All right. Yeah, through the spirit we establish the law, but we're not under the law, man. We're under grace. Because if that was the case, hey, y'all whole congregations would be destroyed, man. All right. Via adultery, the covetousness that goes on in those churches, man. Greed, the list goes on, man. Men having long hair. Hey, I'm not even gonna get it too deep in it, but just hey, we're not under the law, and you guys should be happy that we're not, because y'all are going supremely the fuck off, man. And when this MOTB comes about, man, let's see what you have to say to your congregation. What are you gonna be able to say to your congregation in that day, man? When you see, because that's what all this chaos is leaning towards, man. And look at all this. This is all the things
When I
that the Lord
create
can
my
do.
art, it makes me feel human. I'm a quadriplegic artist, and I create art with my mind. My name is Audrey. I was injured at the age of 16 in a car accident, and this is my life today. Before I was paralyzed, I was just a normal freshman, just the average kid. Adjusting to a new life, especially going from being able to do something yourself to doing nothing, was devastating. In my mind, I could still do it, but I couldn't. And relying on somebody 24/7 does make you feel like a burden. I don't look at the past as, oh, I shoulda, coulda, wish this didn't happen. Because if this would have never happened to me, I would not be the first woman in Neuralink study. And I think that is more important. Me, little me from a really small town, is making a difference for the future. I'm ready. Open link. Start calibration. How is this possible? I realized a whole different world being open to me. Can I just have a little bit of this independence?
Just think all of that you just did. You did that with your brain.
I didn't think I would draw or paint ever again. I remember when I was able to first create something, my thought was, I haven't written my name in 20 years. It felt like you just received a little piece of yourself back.
Audrey now has this sense of purpose. She has a way to tell her story.
When I'm moving that cursor, it makes me feel normal. That's me. That's part of my body. It doesn't matter if you like my art or not, because it's mine. If I just need that moment and that day, what do you want to do? I just want to draw. What do you want to draw? It doesn't matter.
This week, the Neuralink team presented Audrey with the robotic arm. That's a limb that she hasn't had for 20 years. We're trying to give her the ability to become more independent in her everyday life and also express herself in her art.
In my head, I can see the canvas. Okay, that's forward. Going from digital control to robotic control was very surreal because it felt like my arm. It makes me feel good that I was just able to put paint on a canvas physically. Just think of the people that's going to be able to have this access when they first become paralyzed.
Yeah.
And that's how they gonna get people. Because to her, this is a dream come true. This is like a miracle. She wants to cry, and she probably has. You know, more than likely, she done broke down because it was like she's being given back. It's like the Lord healing somebody. Is what they're trying to say. They got the music playing, the theatrical, freaking, what do you call it? The classical music playing. They really building this shit up, man. But hey, it's all bullshit. Cause you know what? Hey, brother, coin it. When the power goes out, it's worthless. When there's no electricity or anything to power that shit, it's worthless, man. And it's damn near worthless, uh, uh, even when it's in power, because it needs tune-ups and shit like that. Not to mention, it doesn't work accurately. It's not. It's still not as good as an organic hand or organic arm or anything else that the Lord can actually heal. It's not as good as that, and it never will be, man. Nothing among this man's technology will ever be on that status, man. But this is Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 9. Even him, Esau Edom, whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. That's a lying wonder. And all you prophets that say that this is not the MOTB, you're a false prophet. Because you know what? You're a prophet of lies. You really Satan's prophets, man. Who's not the real God, man. All right, but a false one. So you're all the ministers of unrighteousness, man. Uh, Salaki. confused with scriptures. Yeah, this is yeah, this is second Corinthians 11 and 14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. So, hey, man, you guys are saying that this is not the MOTB, all right, or leading up to it. But she basically does. She has it implanted in her forehead, man. Right? And look what she was doing. She was going through the computer like somebody sliding through their phone, man, with ease, with these lying miracles, man, lying wonders, with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth that they might be saved. And there's so much out there that this is the MOTB. If anybody was to take it and go according to your word, that they were meant to be deceived. Because the brothers themselves, man, there's so many videos out there to say that that is the MOTB, man. That is the charagma, all right? And for this cause, the Most High shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. And this is the lie that they're going to believe. All right? Your congregations are going to believe this, as you push it. But we're going to see if you do or not, man. When it comes out, okay, it's the MOTB. Are you going to finally, is the Lord going to put that fear in you, that guilt spirit on you to understand that he ain't fucking around, man? Or are you going to keep on going with this madness, man? Are you going to continue this lie unto the end and not give a fuck about the souls like you did with that C119 injection, man? Because we were telling people that they shouldn't take that shit. And later on, it appears that shit's been killing people, man. It says that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. So if they do follow this and they take that C hip, it's because they had pleasure in unrighteousness, and the Most High didn't lose not one of his men out of his numbers. But he's still going to require the blood at your hands for not giving them the proper warning, man. All right? For your wickedness. But we are bound to give thanks always to the Most High for you, brethren, beloved of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, because the Most High has from the beginning chosen you to salvation through sanctification of the Spirit and belief of truth. Hey, truth will return to those who practice in her, man. So, Lord willing, you brothers that can receive this, all right, it was ordained for you to receive it from the beginning if you continue with it unto the end. Whereunto he called you by our gospel to the obtaining of the glory of our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach, which is truth, man, through prophecy. All right. So with that, Lord's will, this has been edifying, man. Hey, we're gonna see what's gonna happen once they start to roll this thing out, man. But as for me and my house, we have to serve Yahweh Shemiah Shai and none else. So with that, I'm gonna end this lesson off and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, Shalom, and Abba Ball.